What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dantes, and I'm back with another YouTube live stream. Today, guys, we are doing the NFL Week 17 picks and predictions. Now, I have not missed a single week this week on the predictions. Y'all know me. I haven't missed a single week with the predictions. I've been doing very, very good with my predictions, guys. We were coming on to the home stretch of games here. We got one more week after this week, and then it'll be the playoffs. So, yeah, man, the weekly predictions, man. It's gonna come to an end soon. And then we're gonna do the playoff predictions after week 18 next week. So that should be pretty fun. Hopefully, you guys stay tuned for more NFL reactions. We're definitely going to do more NFL reactions next year as well. I'm going to continue to do the NFL reactions and things like that because you guys seem to enjoy my reactions to the NFL games. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm probably going to throw some NBA game reactions in there as well. I mean, I've been reacting to both sports, NBA and NFL, because I like both sports. Both sports are very interesting to me. I've been in love with basketball since I was young. And football. Football came to me as well. So we're finally doing the Week 17 predictions. I am very, 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 very late with this. This is probably the latest I've ever done the predictions. Today is Saturday, and with the recording of this live stream, the Christmas Day games have already passed. But y'all seen my reaction for the Christmas games. I said the Dallas Cowboys was going to beat the Commanders, and that happened. Then I said the Lions were going to beat the Vikings. I think the Vikings won. No, I think they lost, if I'm not mistaken. Chat, did the Vikings win on Christmas? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the Vikings won or lost. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then the Chiefs played the Broncos as well, so we got that. So we actually got a game going on right now. We got the Houston Texans against the Chargers. I'm gonna go ahead and give my predictions now, because I am very, very late to the predictions this week. I know you guys been wondering where's the Week 17 predictions. It's finally here. Okay, I was a little late to it because I had some things going on. I was enjoying my Christmas. I hope you guys had a nice Christmas as well. I hope you guys really enjoy y'all time with y'all family, and got to get some good presents, man, because Christmas is a very amazing time of year to be with family and things like that. So hopefully you guys had an amazing Christmas. Let me know how you guys' Christmas was. Let me know in the chat how y'all felt about Christmas. But we're going to go ahead and get these predictions started. So starting off Week 17, we got the Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. What's up, Kirby Clouds? What's up? What's up, man? What's up? So we got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Houston Texans for our first game. Now looking back at the last week, starting off with the Texans played the hold up, let me see who the Texans played. Trying to find the Texans chat. Damn, where's the Texans? Did they not? I know the Texans played last week. What's up, chat? What's up? What's up? Trying to figure out who the Texans played. I can't seem to find who the Texans played. Oh, hold up. I think the Texans won. Yeah, they did. Okay. So last week the Texans played the Las Vegas Raiders and they beat them 23-21. Not gonna lie, man. I mean, I had the Texans winning that game. I just didn't see the Raiders, winning that game. The Raiders are not a good team, and we all know the Raiders are not a good team. So, you know, a lot of people would have went with the Texans instead of the Raiders. The Raiders are just a horrible team. They're just trying to get in the draft and things like that. So, that's why I went with the Texans. The Texans have a much structured team, and they have a way better team than the Raiders. Bro, you're capping? No, I'm not, bro. The Raiders are horrible, man. Like, look at the record, bro. Look at their stats. They're not a good team. They need a new head coach, bro. So, yeah, that's why I went with the Texans last week over the Raiders. And then the Chargers. The Chargers took on the Dallas Cowboys last week, and they did their thing. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you, Chargers, for taking down my ops, the Cowboys. I don't like them at all. I hate Dallas. It's Dallas K. It's Washington Commanders K. It's Giants K all day, man. I don't like neither one of those teams, man. But yeah, thank you, Chargers, for doing the dirty work. Texans are ass. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, they are having a rough season. But yeah, the Chargers, thank you for taking down the Cowgirls. The Cowgirls are just a horrible team. They have no defense at all. Dak Prescott is horrible, and they just got eliminated out the playoffs. Postseason. So yeah, but the Texans are taking on the Chargers. This game is in SoFi Stadium, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't see the Texans winning this game. Seeing how the Chargers played last week against the Cowboys, it was kind of odd that they let the Cowboys score that many points in a game. But, I'm going to have to go with the Chargers to get the win here because I feel like Justin Herbert is going to have another big boy game. And I feel like that Chargers offense can really shine against the Texans. So, they're playing right now. But I think the Chargers can take the win tonight over the Texans. I think the Chargers have a better advantage than the Texans, and they're a well-balanced team than the Texans. Texans they're in rebuild mode, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers to win tonight over the Texans. So yeah, I got the Chargers over the Texans. Cowboys might be the most trash in the NFL for real. Ain't that the truth, Brody? Ever been part of a train? No, I have not. Bro. But yeah, I got to go with the Chargers here. I give the Chargers the advantage over the Texans tonight. All right, moving on. We have another game tonight. We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now, for the Ravens, last week they played the New England Patriots, and boy, that was just awful, Ravens. Y'all were at home on Sunday Night Football, and then you lose to Drake May and the Patriots. Just an awful season from the Ravens. The Ravens have had the worst season possible this year. The Ravens are not a good team. It's kind of odd for me to say that too, because usually the Ravens would be a much better team than what they were. But, bro, this has just been an awful year for the Ravens. Like, it's just been injury after injury. Like, Lamar Jackson, he's out right now with an injury. So he's probably not going to be playing tonight. They're probably going to play Tyler Huntley tonight. The Ravens are probably going to start Tyler Huntley for their starting quarterback tonight, since Lamar Jackson is not going to be starting against the Packers. I did just get confirmation that Tyler Huntley is going to be playing tonight instead of Lamar Jackson. Yeah, man, Ravens, y'all are not a good team this year. Y'all usually are a good team, but I don't know what the hell is going on with the Ravens. Like, it's kind of odd seeing the Ravens play this bad. With the team they got, they got some talented players on that team, but to see the Ravens go like this, it's kind of odd. Kind of odd, man. And they usually lead the division, but they're not leading the division right now, so kind of strange, Ravens. But y'all got to get it together. And then the Green Bay Packers. Last week, the Packers took on the Chicago Bears. I think, what was it, on Saturday Night Football? And I ain't gonna lie, man, Packers, y'all also need to work some things out. Yes, you guys are a good team, but y'all did just lose Jordan Love because he had a concussion. As you guys remember from the Bears and Packers game, we seen that Jordan Love left the game with a concussion. So He will not be playing tonight, so Malik Willis will be taking his spot tonight. So Malik Willis will be the starting QB for the Packers. Packer fans, yeah, um, it's probably rough for Packer fans having to see Malik Willis play right now. Jordan Love, yeah, he's definitely out with an injury tonight. He's not playing against the Ravens. So both of these teams, they got their backup quarterbacks in because their main quarterbacks are injured in this game. If I had to choose a winner for this game, I'm going to have to go with the Baltimore Ravens for this game because, I just don't think the Green Bay Packers are going to have enough to beat this Ravens squad. Yes, the Ravens don't have Lamar Jackson, but the Ravens still have a solid squad in general. They have Derrick Henry. They got that boy Mark Andrews. Okay, they still have a solid squad. All right, I don't really think they need Lamar at the moment. Okay, and the Packers, the Packers, they did lose Micah Parsons to injury as well, and I feel like that defense is going to be a little bit stiff tonight for the Packers. So I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens to win this game against the Packers, and if I'm wrong, so be it. I mean, I really don't know who's going to win, but because both of these teams, they got injured starting quarterbacks, so it's really hard to pick a winner for this game, but I'm going to go with the Ravens because they got the better team right now than the Packers. The Packers, they got to work through some things, and, they did just lose one of their best pass rushers in the league, which is Micah Parsons. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Packers tonight. And if I'm wrong, then yeah, so be it. All right, moving on. Ooh, this game's about to be horrible. We got the New Orleans Saints, a.k.a. the New Orleans Aints, because y'all ain't shit, taking on the Tennessee Titans. Oh, my God. This game's about to be horrible. That's about to be a horrible game. Okay, starting off with the Saints. Last week, the Saints took on another trash team, the New York Jets, and they blew them out. The Saints blew out the Jets. The Jets are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. The Jets have had a horrible year. Justin Fields, I don't know what's up. Justin Fields is playing on a horrible team. It's been going downhill for the Jets. They lost Sauce Gardner to the Colts. There's just a lot that the Jets are going through that's not been going their way. Aaron Glenn needs to be fired, and we all know he needs to be fired. Jets fans are definitely going through it. If you guys are a Jets fan, let me know, because I know you guys are going through it with Aaron Glenn as y'all head coach. And yeah, that's just, straight facts right there. Because, the Jets are a horrible team, and they're not going to the playoffs. So be it. And then the Saints, the Saints, they're also horrible as well. They're not going to the playoffs either. Kellen Moore is their head coach, which was the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator from last year, which led them to the Super Bowl. So, with Kellen Moore being the Saints head coach, he can't really get this team on track. The Saints are just ass. The Saints are not a good team. They have no offense. Their defense is just absolutely horrible. It's just bad in New Orleans. They got to restructure that whole team. This offseason, that's what they mainly need to focus on. Is restructuring this team and getting themselves a quarterback, because they really need a quarterback. The quarterback situation in New Orleans needs to be solved, because this team is going to continue to struggle and they're going to continue to lose games if they do not sort that quarterback situation out. So Saints, y'all better sort that out in the offseason. Then the Titans. Also, y'all are also a horrible team. Y'all are not going to the playoffs as well, Titans. Y'all just are not a good team. Cam Ward, y'all wasted Cam Ward's talent. He was like most expected to come to the Titans or somebody like that. But yeah, y'all definitely wasted Cam Ward's talent, man. Kind of insane. But last week, the Titans actually surprised me. They beat a Super Bowl team. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week. And y'all seen my reaction to that. That's on my channel. I reacted to the Chiefs versus Titans game on my channel. If you guys want to go see that reaction, that is on my channel. But the Titans actually surprised me. They ended up beating the Kansas City Chiefs 26-9. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's big. That's a big win by the Titans, because the Titans are a horrible team, but for them to beat a team like Kansas City, that's very big. Not a lot of teams can do that. But, the Chiefs, they are injured to hell and back right now, especially because they did just lose Patrick Mahomes for the rest of the year. So, GG's to him. But yeah, man, the Titans, yo, they absolutely blew my mind in that game. You know, just was insane. But this game is going to be in Tennessee, Nashville, Nissan Stadium. If I had to pick a team to win this game, I really don't know, guys. I really don't know who's going to win this game, bro. Like, if I'm being totally honest, I really do not know. But for me, bro, both of these teams suck. But I have to pick somebody, and I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans. I think the Titans are going to have enough firepower to beat this Saints team because the Saints ain't shit, like I said. And they're not going to be shit when they play tomorrow. So I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans to take down the New Orleans Aints because they ain't shit. They've been talking shit since 2019, and they're still a trash team. So I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. Titans, y'all are finally getting some recognition from me because y'all probably did not get a lot of recognition from me because, I had no faith in the Titans. But after what I seen last week against what y'all did to Kansas City, yeah, bro, I'm going to have to go with y'all, man. I expect y'all to do the same thing to the Saints because the Saints are ass. Y'all are too, but, y'all not that ass. Well, you kind of are, but, this basically is who's going to play more ass. And I think the Saints are going to be more ass than the Titans. That's just crazy. All right, moving on. We have an NFC. We have another big boy game right here. We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina, Charlotte. All right, so the Seahawks. Last week, the Seahawks took on the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday Night Football. And let me tell y'all, bro, woo, that was one hell of a game. That was one hell of a game. That game against the Rams on Thursday Night Football, man. Dude, I can't even lie. That was one of the best games I have ever seen in my life. That was one of the best Thursday night games I've ever seen in my life. The way the Seahawks handled themselves against the Rams, that was just awesome. Like, bro, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, that Seahawks team looked relentless in that game. Now, there was a couple turnovers from Sam Darnold. He did throw 2 interceptions, which was a little questionable. I was like, why the fuck is McDonald throwing interceptions? Like, yeah, Sam Darnold, you can't be doing that, man. I'm giving you a lot of props this year because you got this Seattle team in the playoffs. So I'm giving you a lot of props, Sam Darnold, but those interceptions, man, gotta clean that up, man. You gotta stop throwing interceptions, gang. But I like how the Seahawks handled themselves against that Rams team. They did their thing, bro. I mean, they were down 16 points to the Rams, guys. You know how crazy that is? They were down 16 to the Rams, and they came back and won. Like, dude, I almost fell asleep watching that game, but they woke me right up. They woke me right up because, dog, when I seen the Seahawks battle back, that was just crazy. And there was a crazy-ass 2-point conversion that I've never seen in my life that happened. Like, how the fuck did they complete that 2-point conversion? I don't even know, chat. That was just a wild game. That was so wild, bro. That was a wild game. Seahawks, I'm glad they took the win, though. I did say the Seahawks was going to win. And they did. They did in their colorway jerseys, They had them colorways on. And then the Panthers. Last week, the Panthers took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they won. They beat the Buccaneers. Division rival. You were supposed to win, Panthers, because that was a big boy game for y'all. If y'all ain't beat the Buccaneers, y'all probably would not have made the playoffs. But you still have a chance, Panthers. You have a chance to make the playoffs, man. You got a chance, dog. And this Sunday is going to really determine if you guys are going to go to the playoffs or not. Now, do I think the Panthers can win this game? Maybe. It depends on if Seattle plays good or not. But in this game, I'm going to have to go with the Seattle Seahawks to win this game because I just don't think the Panthers are going to have enough to take down Sam Darnold. Now, I feel like he's going to throw some interceptions the Panthers' way. This is going to be a close game, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a close game with this game, but I just don't think the Panthers are going to come out on top because the Seahawks, they're just way too strong. They're way too strong of a team. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks to take down the Panthers on Sunday. And yeah, man, if the Panthers lose, I think they are eliminated from playoff contention. So yeah, man, I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win this game over the Panthers, which will probably eliminate them from postseason contention. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I trust the Seahawks. All right, moving on. We have an AFC South rivalry between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. All right, starting off with the Jaguars. Last week, the Jaguars played the Denver Broncos, and they won against the Broncos. Not going to lie, Jaguars. Was not expecting y'all to beat the Broncos. The Broncos are a very, very powerful team. Like, I would have never expected the Jaguars to beat the Broncos. With them looking like this, that was a big game. Big game for Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Etienne Jr. That was a big game for them boys, man. But Jacksonville got the job done. They beat the Denver Broncos, which a lot of teams can't do. So you got to give Jacksonville their props for that. And then the Colts. Yeah, Colts. It's time to wrap it up, Colts. Y'all got y'all ass kicked at home by the San Francisco 49ers. You lost 48-27. Colts. What in the hell is up with y'all, Colts? Y'all were doing so good. Y'all were literally, like, y'all surprised me. Y'all literally surprised me. Y'all were almost about to go to the playoffs, man. But it looks like y'all might not even make the playoffs now because of that loss to the 49ers. Like, bro, y'all surprised me, Colts. Like, y'all were a very surprising team. I was actually surprised, but it doesn't surprise me now that y'all are losing. So, yeah. Colts, you had me fooled, man. You had me fooled, but kind of figured it was going to be y'all time anyways because y'all didn't have a good quarterback. Daniel Jones is just a horrible quarterback. You know, he wasn't even good with the Giants, you know. So I could see why y'all were losing so many games. But then y'all got Phillip Rivers. Y'all called Phillip Rivers out of retirement, and he's helping y'all get to the playoffs. But, I mean, y'all just got y'all ass kicked at home by the 49ers, which is a very questionable move by the Colts. So, Colts, I don't think the Colts might make the playoffs now because of that game. Because, yeah, that's way too many losses, Colts. If y'all take one more loss, you're definitely not going to the playoffs. Just saying. But in this game, I'm going to have to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I just don't trust this Colts team. I just don't trust the Colts, man. You know, after they just got their ass kicked at home, you know, against the 49ers, I just don't trust them. I just don't trust the Colts, man, at the moment. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville to pull the upset on the Colts. You know, I don't trust the Colts, man. I ain't going to lie. I don't think the Colts are going to make it. You know, they're trying their best to make it, but I don't think they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars to beat the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. So Colts, maybe next year, man. Hopefully everybody gets healthy, and then you guys could probably try again next year. But yeah, man, I don't think y'all are going. I don't think the Colts have enough. All right, moving on. We have a AFC North showdown between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Now, Steven's not here right now, but if he was here, he'll probably be waving his yellow flag for the Steelers. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. We got an AFC North rivalry showdown. This is going to be a very, very good game. So, the Steelers, last week, Pittsburgh took on, who did the Steelers play? Damn, I don't even know the Steelers played. Who did the Steelers? The Steelers. They played the Detroit Lions. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I did not have the Steelers winning that game. I had the Lions winning, but the Steelers, man, they came up clutch and they beat the Detroit Lions in Detroit, which was a very big game for Pittsburgh. So, congrats to the Steelers for taking down the Lions. I think the Lions are eliminated from the playoffs, so the Lions will not be in this year's postseason, which is actually surprising because the Lions, they made it last year, but this year the Lions are not even going to the playoffs. Lion fans, how y'all feel, man? I know you guys are probably sad and depressed that you guys are not going to the playoffs. You know, Lions, you had a good run. You had a good run, but I think Dan Campbell just needs to retire. I think y'all got to get rid of Dan Campbell. I think Ben Johnson should have just stayed in Detroit because, you know, you see what Ben Johnson's doing now, but he probably should have just stayed in Detroit because, yeah, Detroit's going through it. Detroit fans are going through it right now. Ben Johnson should have stayed in Detroit. Not going to lie. But yeah, it was great that the Steelers got a win over the Lions on the Sunday. And then the Cleveland Browns, they were at home and they played the Buffalo Bills, and the Buffalo Bills came into Cleveland, did their job, and took them down. The Browns lost to the Buffalo Bills, 23-20. You know, Browns, you know, y'all are not a good team, and I've been saying that. I've been saying Cleveland's a horrible team for the past few weeks now, and I'm going to continue to say it. The Cleveland Browns are horrible. Okay, they have no defense. Okay, you know, Shedeur Sanders. I thought Shedeur was gonna actually be good, but this guy's a fluke. This guy's a fluke, bro. Like, this guy's a fluke. Now I see why he was picked in the 5th round. He's a fluke, man. Sorry, Shedeur. I just think you're a fluke, man. Like, how do you play that bad, bro? Like, come on. I had so much faith in you, Shedeur. But, man, it's just horrible, bro. But, yeah, man, Cleveland is playing back at home for the 2nd straight week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not going to lie, man, I do not trust this Browns team at all. The Browns have been looking horrible all year. So I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game because, you know, the Steelers, they've been looking elite. They've been looking elite, bro, and they're in the playoffs. You know, Aaron Rodgers been doing a great job leading this team to victory every week. So I think he's going to lead them to another win this week. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the living shit out the Cleveland Browns. And I feel like that's going to happen because the Browns are just a horrible team. You know, they're just very, very bad. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. As Steven would say, he would say go Steelers. So, yeah, man. Shout out to Steven, dog. Shout out to my dog, Steven. But, yeah, I got the Steelers beating the Browns. All right, moving on. Oh, this game's going to be a little odd. We got the Florida Showdown. We got 2 Florida teams facing off. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Miami Dolphins. So we got the Battle of Florida. So who will reign Florida? Will it be Tampa Bay or Miami? Who's better in Florida, Miami or Tampa Bay? I guess we'll find out, right? So starting off with the Buccaneers. Last week they played the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, and they lost to the Panthers, which, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people didn't expect the Buccaneers to lose. But for me, I said the Panthers were going to win. I knew it was going to be an upset in Carolina. I just knew the Panthers had a lot of firepower to beat the Buccaneers, considering the Buccaneers just lost to the Falcons the week prior to this week. The week prior to the other week, I'm sorry. They lost to the Falcons in week 15, so that's why I said, you know, I'm going to go with the Panthers to win in week 16. So that's why I went against the Buccaneers in this week. So, yeah, man, the Buccaneers, you know, I don't know what's up with the Buccaneers. You know, they got Mike Evans back. I thought that would be, mean that the Buccaneers would be back. You know, Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans. Of course, Bucky Irvin and that boy, you know, Chris Godwin. But I guess the Buccaneers, I don't know what's up with them. They got to work. They got to do better. Tampa Bay, y'all got to do better, man. Y'all got to do better. This is actually embarrassing for y'all. Y'all got to do better. And then the Miami Dolphins. Oh, my God. This team is horrible. Dude, Dolphin fans, do y'all need a tissue, dog? I'm not even being funny, Dolphin fans, because, bro, that game against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, y'all got y'all asses handed to y'all. Y'all lost 45-21 to the Cincinnati Bengals, who just got smoked by the Ravens the week prior. They lost 24-0 to the Ravens. Miami. What the hell is up with this Miami Dolphins team? This team is horrible. Absolutely atrocious, bro. Ugh, I like the Dolphins, dog. I don't even want to be. Yo, I can't even imagine being a Dolphins fan right now. Being a Dolphins fan right now probably sucks because that was the worst loss they could have took. That was probably the worst loss the Dolphins took in a long time. 45-21 to the Bengals, and y'all were at home. Y'all were at home too, man. Y'all get absolutely cooked by the Bengals, which is very, very crazy. But yeah, man, doesn't surprise me at all. The Dolphins are a horrible team. You know, Mike McDaniel, he's gonna lose his job, bro. Mike McDaniel needs to lose his job. He's just a horrible head coach. You know, he's not a good head coach, dog. And it doesn't help that Tua wasn't playing good, and then Tyreek Hill got injured. So yeah, man, Dolphins fans are definitely going through it. They're definitely going through it, man, for real. But for this game, y'all know me, bro. It's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have a way better squad than this Dolphins team. This Dolphins team is just absolutely horrible. I don't have no faith in the Dolphins anymore this year. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to win. The Buccaneers got a way better team, and, you know, yeah, that Dolphins team is horrible. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay to win this game this week. Dolphins, y'all are just horrible. Just sit on that couch, dog. It's bad, man. It's bad, man. It's actually bad, Miami. Like horrible. Yeah, y'all need to make some trades. Mike McDaniel needs to be fired. It needs to happen. All right, moving on. Oh, this is another trash game. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Cardinals, last week the Cardinals took on the Atlanta Falcons and they lost to the Falcons, which I knew they would because I did say the Falcons would beat the Cardinals, and I was totally right. The Falcons beat them 26-19 last week in week 16, so I was right with that prediction. Cardinals, y'all are not a good team, man. They're just horrible. Y'all been horrible for the last few years. It doesn't surprise me that y'all lost to the Falcons. It don't surprise me at all. And then the Bengals. That was a big win. Actually, not really. I mean, the Dolphins are ass. I mean, anybody can beat the Dolphins. But yeah, that was a monster win by the Cincinnati Bengals. Great comeback after they got shut out at home by the Ravens 24-0. They absolutely cooked the living mess out the Miami Dolphins 45-21. That was a great win by the Bengals. Bengals definitely not going to the playoffs this year. Way too many losses. Way too many losses, dog. They have had some good games this year, though. Joe Flacco's been playing a little better. But, Joe Flacco's on the bench now because Joe Burrow is back. So, yeah, man, Bengals, man. Great win by against the Dolphins. So, yeah, man, it's going to be an electric game. This game's in Cincinnati against the Cardinals. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think the Bengals can win this game. I do not trust the Cardinals at all. The Cardinals are just a horrible team. They need to restructure that team. Cardinals, y'all got to restructure. Once y'all restructure, I'll probably change my mind. But until that happens, I'm gonna go against y'all every time. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the living daylight out the Arizona Cardinals. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals over Cardinals. Cardinals are just horrible. All right, moving on. We got an AFC East rivalry between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. This is just a weird game. Okay, so starting off with the Patriots. The Patriots last week, they took on the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football, and they handled business. Patriots, y'all been handling business the last few weeks, man. And y'all are in the playoffs. Y'all been handling business. And that Ravens game was a big boy game, man. Drake May played great in that Ravens game. He got a lot of yards in that game. Stephon Diggs also played great. Great game from Stephon Diggs and Drake May. I really like how the Patriots are playing. I told you the Patriots were going to be a very surprising team this year, man. But this is very surprising. Like, this is actually very surprising. This is a massive improvement by the New England Patriots, because last year the Patriots were ass. And what I mean ass, they were actually hot ass. Hot ass. Last year the Patriots were just so bad, but this year, bro, this Patriots team got much improved. Much improved by the Patriots. And that's what I like to see. Getting improved, getting off-season moves definitely helped the Patriots out, because they really needed it. They really needed some off-season moves to help them out. And then the New York Jets, they got their ass kicked by the New Orleans Saints last week. Doesn't surprise me at all. Like I said, the Jets are a horrible team. I don't trust them at all. Aaron Glenn's a horrible head coach, and we all know he is. He needs to be fired. You need to be fired, Aaron Glenn. You're just a horrible coach, dog. Like, how do you make this Jets team look this goddamn ass? But anyways, bro, for me, guys, this is another no-brainer. This is the easiest game that I'm gonna be getting. I'm gonna go with the New England Patriots to win this game. Like I said, I don't trust the Jets anymore. The Jets are just horrible. I don't think the Jets are winning another game this year. They're in rebuild mode, and they're going to be in the couch in less than a week. So give me the New England Patriots to smoke the Jets by 40. Because, yeah, the Jets are just horrible. I don't see this game being close at all. I don't see this being a close game at all. I see the Patriots absolutely beating the living daylight out the Jets, man. I don't see this being a close game. So, yeah, give me the Patriots. All right, moving on to our 405 game. We got the Tank Bowl. We got the Tank Bowl. This is probably the worst game. The second worst game this week, man. We got the Tank Bowl. We got the trash New York Giants, a.k.a. the Midgets of New York, a.k.a. my ops, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Starting off with the Giants. Last week, the Giants took on the 9 Minnesota Vikings, and they lost. Doesn't surprise me at all. The Giants are horrible. They're the worst team in the NFC East. I'm in the same division. My team is in the same division as these fucking Giants. The Giants are ass. They're one of the worst teams in the NFC East. They're always fourth in the division. They're my little bros, bro. The Giants are just horrible. They're not a good team at all, bro. And we all know they're not a good team. Absolutely fucking atrocious, dog. But yeah, man, they're just horrible. They're tanking, They're tanking, dog. They're going to tank. And then the Las Vegas Raiders, Raiders, y'all also are horrible. Y'all have $1 million, you have $1 billion stadium. You moved from Oakland, California, one of the most dangerous cities in the United States, and then you go to one of the most richest cities in America, Las Vegas, Nevada, and you're still ass. How is that possible? You have a nice-ass stadium that was built in, 2022, 23? You have a nice-ass stadium, still looks brand fucking new. I mean, it is a new-ass stadium. It's one of the newest stadiums in the NFL right now, because there's more new stadiums coming. The Buffalo Bills is going to be in a new stadium next year. Jacksonville Jaguars are going to probably be in a new stadium. Chiefs are moving to Kansas. Then we got the Titans going to get a new stadium. Y'all have a brand new stadium, Raiders, and you are still ass. How? How is that possible? You have a new stadium. You have a new stadium, and you guys are still terrible? Doesn't make no sense to me, bruh. Does not make no sense, bro. You have a new stadium. $1 billion stadium with new amenities. I bet you the food is good, but the team's just ass. Last week the Raiders went up against the who the Raiders even played, dog? The Raiders played the Houston Texans last weekend. They lost, doesn't surprise me at all. The Raiders are not a good team. I knew the Texans were going to win. The Texans are a way better team than the Raiders by a mile. So, yeah, man, it was a no-brainer for the Raiders to lose, dog. But, yeah, tomorrow is the Tank Bowl. The Raiders are taking on the Giants, two of the worst teams in the NFL. Not going to lie, I don't know who the fuck's going to win. I really don't know who's going to win, because both of these teams fucking suck. Okay, these teams are atrocious. We got one of the worst teams playing head-to-head, and you guys want me to pick between them? All right, bro. For me, man, both of these teams are horrible, but this is gonna come down to who plays worse. Like, who's gonna play worse, dog? Is the Raiders gonna play worse than the Giants, or is the Giants gonna play worse than the Raiders? To me, I don't fucking know. But this is going to be a low-scoring game. I can see this being very low of a score because this is going to be a horrible-ass game. Nobody's going to watch this game except for Giants and Raiders fans. But in my honest opinion, I'm going to go with the Giants to win because I just feel like the Giants are going to, even though they suck, I don't think they suck as much as the Raiders do. And that's just saying something. That's just saying it, bro. I'm just going to say it. I don't think the Giants suck as bad as the Raiders, but they do suck. The Giants still suck. They're not as bad as the Raiders, though. Actually, no, they are bad as the Raiders, but the Giants still have more to offer than the fucking Raiders. And that's just saying something. So I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going to go with my ops. I'm going to go with my ops to beat the Raiders. The Giants are ass. The Raiders are ass. Both of these teams suck. Both of these teams are tanking for the draft. Whoever loses this game is going to get the number 1 draft pick. So, give me the Giants. Give me the Giants. Giants over the Raiders. Whoever loses this game is definitely getting the number 1 draft pick for sure. It's no questions asked. No questions asked. Whoever loses this game is going to get the number 1 draft pick. So if the Raiders lose, they're probably going to get the number 1 draft pick again. So, yeah. But yeah, give me the Giants to win. All right, moving on. Woo! Woo! Boy, oh boy. Boy, this is about to be a fucking game. This is about to be a good-ass game. I'm so fucking ready for this game, chat. We got my Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Buffalo Bills at 4:25 tomorrow. Oh my God, I'm so fucking ready, y'all. Tomorrow, we fucking take on the Buffalo Bills. We're taking on Josh Allen. I've had this game circled on my calendar since the beginning of this season. I am so ready for this game. This game is in Highmark Stadium. We're going to Buffalo, New York. It's probably going to snow. I got to check Buffalo's weather tonight to see their weather because it's probably going to snow tonight in Buffalo. Because if it does, we might have a snow game tomorrow, boys. Yeah, man, this is about to be a good game. Buffalo's taking on the Eagles. Now, this is going to be a very, very big challenge for my Eagles. This is going to be a very, very tough challenge for us. Because Buffalo, man, them boys, they know how to play defense. They got some good defense, man. Them boys know how to play defense. They got a good offense. See with that boy Josh Allen. They got James Cook, who knows how to fucking run. But the Eagles, we also have a good defense. We got that boy Jalen Carter, which I hope he's playing. Nakobe Dean, but Nakobe Dean is not playing tomorrow, so that sucks, man, that we can't get Nakobe Dean. Lane Johnson also is not playing tomorrow, so that also sucks. So no Nakobe Dean or no Lane Johnson tomorrow, chat. We do have Zach Bond. We got Cooper DeJean. We got a Quinion, okay? We have a Reed Blankenship. All right, we got Dory Jackson, which we all know damn well he's not going to play no fucking defense. And we got a fucking Kelly Ringo, which he fucking needs to work at Burger King. But yeah, man, Eagles got the best defense. Bills got the best offense. So it's going to come down to who can, really set the tone. Who can set the tone in this game? Will Buffalo set the tone when they're at home, or will the Eagles still win on the road in Buffalo? This is a big game for both of these teams. Josh Allen has never beaten Jalen Hurts in his life. Last time these two teams faced off, Jalen Hurts got a game-winning touchdown on the Buffalo Bills, which made the Philadelphia Eagles win a week before Thanksgiving. I think that was 2023 Week 12. So that was the last time we played Buffalo. We won in overtime against the Bills. Yeah, man, that was the last time we faced this team. And to this day, Josh Allen still has not yet beaten Jalen Hurts yet. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Give me my Philadelphia Eagles to beat the Buffalo Bills tomorrow. I said it. We're beating the Buffalo Bills tomorrow. Now, this is going to be a close game. Don't get me wrong. I will be watching this game. We're going to be live for this game. This will be a fucking good ass game. All right, y'all bear with me. I'm probably gonna crash out in this game because I'm gonna be stressing out hella because the Buffalo Bills is a very, very good team, chat. Like, we can't take this fucking team lightly. We cannot. Okay? We cannot take the Bills lightly. This was supposed to be the fucking Super Bowl right here. We were supposed to play the Bills in the Super Bowl. We weren't supposed to play the Chiefs. It should have been the Eagles versus Bills. This was the potential Super Bowl matchup from Super Bowl 59. This probably might be the Super Bowl 60 matchup this year. This might be the Super Bowl 60 matchup, the Eagles versus the Bills in Super Bowl 60. So this game is going to be a very, very, very big game for Jalen Hurts and also for Josh Allen. So both of those players, they're going to have a tough time. Josh Allen, he got to try and get around the Eagles defense. The Eagles defense will be swarming Josh Allen. And Jalen Hurts, he got to try and get out that pocket quick, man. You can't make no mistakes here, man. Buffalo got a good defense. But we got a good defense too, Buffalo. So, yeah, both of these teams can't fuck up, especially on defense. The defenses are fucking electric. The offenses also electric. The Eagles, they got Saquon. Motherfucker had 2,000 rushing yards last year. Saquon, he been doing his thing. We got two great wide receivers. We got Devontae Smith. We got A.J. Brown. Got that boy Dallas Goedert. If Jahan Dotson plays tomorrow, we got him. But yeah, man, And we also got Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby's a machine, okay? We got Tank Bigsby too. Don't forget that. He's a machine. Tank Bigsby is a machine. But yeah, man, Buffalo, that's going to be a very big test for us. It's going to be a very big test, but I think we'll be ready. I mean, we had all season to prepare for this game. We had all season to prepare for the Buffalo Bills because we knew this game is going to be tough. We know this game is going to be tough. We're in a hostile environment. It's probably going to be cold as fuck because we are in Buffalo. This is going to be a good game. I think this is game of the week. This definitely is game of the week for sure right here. This is game of the week. So this is definitely going to be nationally aired on Fox probably because I think this is game of the week right here. The Bills versus Eagles. This got to be game of the week. If it's not game of the week, then I don't know what is. But this got to be game of the week. We're on Fox. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. The Bills don't know what the hell's coming to them tomorrow. We don't know what the Bills are going to do to us, man. We don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, man. Tomorrow, we battle, man. Buffalo, y'all better get ready, bro. Y'all better get ready, Buffalo, because we will be ready for y'all. I've been waiting. I've been waiting all year for my Eagles to take on this Buffalo Bills team. This Bills team, bro, they are not no joke, bro. They're not no joke at all. What team do you like? I like the Eagles, man. I'm an Eagles fan, dog. This Bills team is not no joke, dog. Bills will win. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They're not winning against the Eagles, man. They're not beating us, dog. They are not beating us, dog. So, I'm going to go with my Eagles to beat the Buffalo Bills. it's going to be a good game, like I said. But I feel like my Eagles will have more firepower. And I feel like we'll be ready to go. We had all year to prepare for this. All year, too. We had all year to prepare for the Bills. So, we got to win this game. We got to win this game. So, I'm going to go with my Eagles. AJ, okay, bro. Now, that's a delusional take. AJ Brown might be washed. Okay, bro. You have a Patrick Mahomes profile picture, bro. How is he washed, bro? Can you explain to me that? But yeah, man, I don't think Buffalo can win this game. I mean, it's gonna be a close game, but I mean, like I said, bro, we had all year to prepare for Buffalo. All year, bro. We have to win this game. We just have to. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow I will be live for that game, chat. So y'all come through the stream, man. We're going to have a good time tomorrow with that game. All right, then moving on to the 8:20 game on Sunday Night Football. We got the Chicago Bears, one of the hottest teams in the NFC, taking on another hot team in the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers, a.k.a. the 40 Winers. because all they do is whine and complain. All right, starting off with the Bears. Last week, Chicago played the Green Bay Packers, and woo, bro, what a win! What a win! That was a crazy ending from the Chicago Bears. Like, I can't believe the Bears won that game. That was just an insane ending to that Packers versus Bears game. I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen the Bears. Like, they drove down the field and got a game-winning touchdown on the Packers. That was just an insane game. Insane ending. That blew my mind. Caleb Williams chucking the ball down the field for the Hail Mary throw. That was just an insane ending, dog. That was an insane ending. That Bears game it was electric. It was electric. Slim Reaper's better than AJ. Okay, now, all right. All right, bro. Cool. Now I see what type of fan you are. You like college? Of course I like college. But yeah, man, the Bears, bro, that was just a crazy ending. That was just a crazy ending, dog. What they did against the Packers. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that game. Then the San Francisco 49ers. Last time they played the Indianapolis Colts, and they fucking blew the fuck out the Colts, man. I ain't gonna lie, Niners. I don't know how the 49ers, what team for college? I don't really have a team, dog. I don't really watch college like that, but I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs. Bulldogs, dog. Going with the Bulldogs. I'm rooting for the Bulldogs, dog. Anyways, the Niners. Man, y'all absolutely destroyed the Colts last week. I can't even lie, Niners. I don't know how y'all are winning these games with all these fucking injuries. Dude, how the hell is the Niners winning these games, man? All these injuries. They lost Fred Warner. AI all the way. Okay. Tripping. Georgia's winning it all, dog. Like, let's be honest, dog. Bulldogs is going to win all the way. 49ers, I don't know how y'all are winning, like, these games. But, bro, it's just surprising. It's just surprising. I'm very surprised with how the Niners are just handling themselves in these games. I'm very surprised. But for this game, the Niners are taking on the Bears at home. And I'm not going to lie, man. After the way the Niners just smoked the Colts in that game, I'm going to have to go with the Niners. I think the Niners have a great chance at this game. Brock Purdy's been doing his thing. Brock Purdy, he's been doing his thing. I think the Niners can win. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be electric. I just think 49ers is going to do something dirty to the Bears. They got to take down the Teddy Bears. Even though I don't like the 49ers. I don't like y'all Niners fans. Y'all fucking annoying. But I still think y'all going to win. Even though I think the Niner fans are annoying, I still think they can win this game. But yeah, man, I don't like the San Francisco 49ers, dog. They're not my friends right now. I don't like them. I don't like the Niners. I can't stand them. I'm an Eagles fan. I can't stand the motherfuckers. I can't stand the 49ers right now. Anyways, moving on. We have our Monday Night Football game. We got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Atlanta Falcons, a.k.a. the Dirty Birds. The Bears are not even that good. Not for real, though. For real. They're just getting lucky wins, dog. They got a lucky win over my Eagles, dog. But let's be honest. That game on Black Friday, that was a lucky-ass win. But anyways, the Rams, last time the Rams played, Rams. How the fuck did you lose to the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football? How? How do you let that happen? You let that happen, Rams? Puka Nacua had 225 receiving yards, and y'all lose? He had himself a day. 225 receiving yards in a single game. That boy Puka was going off. He was going off, but the Rams, man. Yeah, man, it was just not enough for the Rams, dog. Stafford was playing great. He didn't have no turnovers. And Puka Nacua had 225 receiving yards. But the Rams, man, I don't understand what's up with this Rams team. I don't understand, bro. This Rams team, dog. Not it. They not it, bro. They not it. And then the Falcons. Falcons, y'all are just horrible, bro. I mean, I respect the Falcons, but dog, I just got to tell y'all the truth, Falcon fans. I mean, I know y'all probably don't want to hear it right now, but yeah, bro, I don't know what's going on with the Falcons. I really don't. I really don't know what's going on with y'all, bro. Falcons, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better, man. Kirko's not it, bro. Kirko got to go. Kirko got to go for real. Y'all got to get rid of Kirko. Get rid of Kirko, and yeah, I think y'all might be a better team if you get rid of Kirko. Because I don't know what's up with Kirko. But anyways, yeah, Falcons, y'all are at home against the Rams. For this game, I'm going to have to go with the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Falcons to win this game. Yeah. You guys will call me crazy for picking against the Rams, but tell me this, dog. The Falcons, they really surprised me when they played against the Buccaneers, dog. And I feel like they will surprise a lot of people this Monday when they play the Rams. So I'm going to go with the Falcons to pull off the upset on the Rams. I think the Falcons I think they can pull the upset. I think they can. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. I trust the Falcons, man. You know, I think the Falcons can pull off the upset here against the Rams. They're at home, man. Their fan base is going to be electric. It's going to be electric at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I'm going to go with the Falcons, man. I think the Falcons can beat the Rams. Not going to lie. Falcons ain't going to the playoffs, though, but I think they can upset Los Angeles, for real. True that. So give me the Falcons, man. Give me the Falcons over the Rams. Y'all might call me crazy for not picking the Rams, but I just have a feeling that the Falcons can upset the Rams, man. I just have a feeling that it's going to happen. And a lot of people will be fucking surprised when this happens. I mean, the Rams, like, they already, look, when they rivaled the Atlanta Falcons, they lost to the Panthers. Okay, the Rams lost to the Panthers. They're rivals with the Falcons. So, are you guys really going to be surprised if the Falcons, beat the Rams? Because didn't the Rams lose to the Panthers? So, I'm actually not crazy. Because if you think about it, the Rams lost to the Panthers. And that's the Falcons' rival. So, maybe I might be, a little cray-cray right now, picking over the Rams. Picking over Matthew Stafford, picking Kirko to do the job. But, hey, I feel like this might be an upset. I can just see this being an upset. On Monday night prime time, oh, yeah, I can see this being an upset. I can see this being a huge upset. A lot of Rams fans are probably not going to like this, bro. But, hey, man, I think this is going to be an upset. I have a feeling. I just have a feeling the Falcons are going to upset the Rams. I just think it's going to happen. It's on prime time, too. It's on Monday Night Football. So this is going to be a great game in Atlanta. Hopefully the Falcons don't get their ass kicked, which they probably will. But if they don't, I see this being an upset. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons. I'm not changing my mind. I'm not changing my mind about this. I'm going to stick with the Falcons. Not changing my mind. Anyways, guys, that's it for the Week 17 predictions. Next week is Week 18, which is our final week of the weekly predictions, man. I will be doing the playoff predictions as well when that comes. But, yeah, man, it's going to be the last week doing the weekly predictions, dog. I'm a little sad. We flew by this NFL season so fucking quick, man. We flew by it, dog. But, yeah, I will do this next year, chat. I will do this next year. So, don't be sad that the weekly predictions are going to end next week. Just be glad that it happened because it's my first year doing it, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And I'm glad I get to share it with people that support me and love me and do all that kind of stuff, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But I will see you guys for the Week 18 predictions. I will see you guys for the late night streams for the NFL games this week. And yeah, man, like I always say, keep your stick on the ice.